Good morning and welcome to the CSS Battle for July 22nd, 2024. So let's take a look at the target we have today. We have this V shape of rectangles here on the page, and the approach I'm going to take, I'm basically just going to create this one element here in the middle, and I'm going to be using the box shadow property to create the rest of these shapes. So to start off, we can get rid of all of our elements. All we're going to be using is the HTML and body tag, which is included by default. So let's start off, let's give our HTML a background color, which is going to be this red. And now let's move on to our body tag. It's also going to need a height and width. Let's give it a height of 150. Looks like it's about half the page, which is 300 pixels. And let's give it a width of 20 pixels. And let's add a background color of this lighter pink. And let's position it in the middle of the page. So it's going to need to move down. If we add 150 pixels of margin at the top, it should push it all the way to the bottom. Since our page is 300 pixels, 150 plus 150 will put it right to the bottom. And for our left and right margin, let's give it a value of auto. That's going to center it. Now let's add our box shadows. So for our first box shadow, let's put it over 20 pixels. We're going to need to move it up, so we can give it a negative value. And here we see it on the page, this black box there. It looks like the position's not quite correct. Let's try 40 pixels. And the color is going to be pink. So it looks like we have our first box shadow positioned properly. Now we just need to repeat this process over and over. So we're basically going to be adding 40 pixels on every iteration. So let's change this to 80 pixels. On to the next one, it's going to be 120. And for the last one, it's going to be 160. So it looks like we have the right side of our target complete. Now we can basically just copy and paste this, as it's going to be very similar for the left side. Rather than moving it to the right 40 pixels, to move it to the left, we can just give it negative 40 pixels. And we're going to do that for all of these values. And there we have it. It looks like we have our target pretty close. Let's submit it just to be sure. And we have a 100% match. There's a couple optimizations we could make to get our character count down a little bit. If you're interested in that, this might be useful. So we can switch our HTML to this universal selector, which is going to select every HTML element on the page. So basically what we're going to have, this is going to be selecting our HTML and our body tag. And now, going to our body tag, we can nest this inside of our universal selector. So let's get rid of this, and we can change that to another universal selector. So what's happening here, we're selecting our HTML and our body element, and then we're selecting everything inside of our HTML and body element. We have nothing inside of our body element, and we have our body element inside of our HTML. So this is going to be selecting basically just the body. Yeah, we're able to save a few characters just by switching these to the universal selectors. And one more optimization, if you're looking to get those low character counts, I would recommend, I've seen a lot of people using Q instead of pixels. Q is for quarter millimeters. It's not very often used, but it is only one character, and you could switch these, convert these all, which would save about 16 characters. You can see if we switch this to 42Q, it's approximately the same. So yeah, if you went through and did that for all of them, you could save about 16 more characters. I'm not going to do that today, but just wanted to let you know. So yeah, just to review, we were able to just basically recreate this using mostly box shadow to create all these additional shapes on the page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.